There we go. Good evening, Central Indiana, and welcome to Porch Time live from JTH Construction Studio, where we have a full crowd of people in studio tonight. Humane Society joins us, and I'm still stumped. Corey, are you on? There's Luke Jackson and Mr. Belt. How we doing? Yeah, Luke's a good dude, and good luck Tuesday, Luke. I better get my bifocal.
I'm the same.
American Basement Solutions. That's Larry Ralph Senior's Group, 1-877-409-2837. Fathom Real Estate, right on cue with Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. Drink the Creek, Cedar Creek. We know somebody in here that works out there. It'll be rolling back around before we know it. Bland & Boys Lawn Care, 765-315-9656. FindHelp.org. That's Judge Williams' group. Get on there, look around for all your needs. I'm telling you, if you're in any shape or you need some help, get on there and look around. It's a fabulous site. Wayman's Furniture Supply. It's a mattress, 765-342-4339. Wellsprings, that's Bob Goodrun's group, 765-346-6661. Stids Comfort Systems, keeping us nice and comfortable in here tonight, 765-346-0195. Of course, you got Who's Your Web Nerd, 317-640-4398. And Logan's Cosmos, she told me today, Daddy gets busy around the holidays. They need to start scheduling sooner. 765-318-3388. Hunter, I'm doing all right, buddy. There's Vicky. Popped on. All right. Humane Society. We've been trying to put this together, and it's not the Hamilton Social Security.
They couldn't be here tonight. Sorry.
They were not available. God love him. Love you, Mike. They were not available, but Humane Society, we've only been trying to put this together for about 3 months. We finally got it.
Yeah.
And you guys
Thank
are.
you very much.
Oh, no. Some of it was my fault. Some of it was your fault. Some of it was. I mean,
it was.
People get busy.
Yeah.
And you guys, on weeks where I was slack in here and could have someone in, you guys were like, we've got A, B, and C. Then weeks were like, hey, we're free next week. I'm like, I've got stuff going on. Which happens. It's good for both. But you guys have a lot of stuff coming up, and you're in need of a lot of things. I think one thing that people forget when the economy gets rough, it's not only rough on individual owners, it's rough on their pets and people related to that. I know, Mike. Well, I'm just teasing you, buddy. So I'm going to turn over to Vicky, and she will introduce everybody in here for us.
All right. Well, tonight we have, of course, myself. It's Vicky Marshall. Over here we have Teresa Hiker, Sarah Hunter, sorry.
Or
and
Susan.
Susan's over here. Susan Rischel.
Susan Hunter and Sarah Hiker.
Yeah. They're all with Hamilton Social Security.
Right.
Sorry, Mike. It was a good laugh. But we appreciate Kevin having you on tonight. We do want to talk about a couple things with the Humane Society. We are having some issues going on right now, some that we are not able to talk about, and others that we are able to talk about this evening. And one thing that I do want to bring up is the fact that, yes, with the economy and people losing their jobs, prices of everything going up with gas, food, you name it, our donations have decreased. And we really need the help with donations. We do need money, first of all, but then we also need donations of dog food, cat food, cleaning supplies, things like that. And there is a wish list on
Amazon,
on our website where they can actually order from Amazon and have Amazon deliver directly to Humane Society.
Oh, okay.
So that's something that, people might look at.
And if they do Amazon Smile, we get a little
percentage of your
and
purchase.
Kroger Rewards too.
Yes.
If you choose us.
I didn't know what Amazon Smile is.
Amazon Smile. So you have Amazon Prime,
Which
you
I
have
have.
Amazon Smile, which you can still be an Amazon Smile even if you are on Amazon Prime. So Amazon Smile actually donates to charities. So you go into Amazon Smile, you sign up, you look for your charity, select that, and then whatever you purchase, a little percentage goes to that charity.
And this is year round, doesn't
Yeah.
stop.
Around.
all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's a great thing that you can do. So when you're ordering your Christmas presents and stuff, even though if you have Prime and you get the benefits from Prime, click over, put in Amazon Smile. If you can pick Morgan County Humane Society, that would help us out greatly. You still get your Prime benefits, and then that helps us with money too.
Oh, that's awesome. I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
No extra money.
Right.
You're going to spend the money anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Good deal.
So we did want to go ahead and bring Sarah and Teresa in today because they are new members of our staff. And I'll let them go ahead and explain what roles they hold with the Humane Society.
Do you guys need any new chew toys for big dogs? Get my dogs at Bark Box every month, and they're crazy about the chew toys.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we'd like Kongs, something tough.
Something that's
we have
indestructible.
we have some chewers, and if something's given and you're not keeping an eye and that choke on, and then we have a vet visit. That's not.
Tanya, you might just take it over there and see
yeah.
let them see what you got and go from there. But that's awesome, Tanya.
Yeah,
Thank
that'd
you.
be great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Tanya always helps out.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys.
Over to us. Do you want me to go first?
Go for it.
I'm Teresa Eicher. So I just moved
But
back.
you can move it towards you.
Oh, I
and
can.
Yeah, and then kind of change it up when she
I'm
talks.
scared that I'm going to swing it and hit her.
Just do it. No,
This might get better ratings.
Fine. I just moved back here. Actually, I graduated from Martinsville in '92. But I was in the Detroit area for the last.
Sorry.
25
I was 85.
I was 88.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to speak.
Right.
Oh,
Great.
good.
Age myself.
92. I was already out of the army by then.
Don't make me laugh. It's a small room.
Crap.
So anyways, it's great to be back. But I'm the foster coordinator with the Humane Society, and I'm really hoping the previous foster coordinator really built the program up. She did an excellent job. I'm just wanting to keep it active, get more of the community involved, and maybe a better understanding of what fostering is. I think people assume, and I want to be able to answer any questions that they have regarding fostering. Fostering is basically you're opening your home to our animals, which in turn obviously gives new adopters a better understanding of how they'll be in their homes, as well as getting the animals out of the shelter, acclimated in an in-home environment. We're able to see how they react via car rides outside, around people, just so much education. And it's nothing out of your pocket, honestly. The shelter covers all of the food, any medical supplies, anything you need to make this successful for you. We're happy to donate it to you. Really, you're just donating love and time in a room in your house. And it's really nice for people that don't want to make that commitment to adopting an animal. It's temporary. So you're holding them safely in a home until we find somebody that's interested in it.
Very cool. And
It's
you're
wonderful.
taking that over.
Taking it over. I've done over 100 fosters at this point.
Yeah.
The biggest question I get
delicious.
asked is there's no way I could give them up? I probably hear that more often than not.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse. You can do it. Is it hard? Yes. I'm not going to say it's easy to say goodbye to your fosters, but you have to keep in mind you're saving lives and you're making it more successful for that animal to stay in their next home.
Right.
I heard somebody say one time the objective of fostering is to say
Right.
Yes.
kitten lady.
Kitten lady. I've done many dogs as well,
So,
but
yeah.
Plus the shelters are so full right now. The
Noisy
staff can
and-
only do so much. And when we have more fosters taking up space in home, we then have more space at the shelter to take in more animals and help them as well. You have no idea how hard it is for a staff member to say, we can't help you right now,
Right.
but that's what we're facing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to interrupt you and ask you, how many people foster in the community? Do you know?
So new at this.
I think I
believe
last heard that we have like this does not include animals that we have at the shelter,
Sure.
but we have 90 animals foster.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably not 90 households. It's probably like 40 households.
Right. I had
You know what
13
I
at
mean?
one time. So
Oh my
it just
goodness.
and it's
Yeah, I
really
had 15
you
kids
get
at
to
one time.
say, you get to
It's
say
fun though.
you're really telling us what you want to do. So
Right.
you're not going to have to foster 13
No,
animals.
no.
That's, Susan and I are crazy.
And then somebody
But,
might
yeah.
like, I don't want to take the sometimes some people don't want to do the kittens that are rough, shakes. They're like, oh, I'm kind of, so we
Right,
can,
right.
There's
and
so many
Teresa will do a
animals,
great
so many
job.
temperaments, so many different options. You have seniors in there, you have kittens, you have puppies, you have, there's just a lot.
Yeah. Wow, I guess I didn't realize 90 fosters out right now, and then your cages are full.
Yeah.
Cages are
Mhm.
so full.
On occasion, we have to house some dogs outside.
Isn't good,
No.
but
Right.
No.
it's better than the
But
alternative.
it's exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right, I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Well, and then earlier
You're
this
okay.
year, and I'm sure back in January, we had these 062 were already full to start with. So that was
I did. That's when one of your
Crazy.
individuals first got a hold of me and say, "Hey, we may have to do something."
great.
And then I don't know if something happened or something got worked out a little differently, but
But we did, of all those there's other things, but 62 dogs all either eventually got adopted or rescues. And I think we only have one left from the 62. We had ducks and geese come in too. We had those.
I know yesterday someone called about
And
a
then
cow.
maybe like
when I was there. No.
I was gonna say,
Don't,
But, I
don't
mean-
have the facilities for
We-
there's
Right.
enough farmers. I can hook you up.
we've had pigs, we've had rabbits.
I was gonna say, what is the most exotic animal you got?
We had a ferret.
Yeah.
We had a ferret.
Snake.
No, I don't know what else. I don't know. There'd be
I
people
haven't
that have
heard
been there
of
longer would
snakes.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
wouldn't.
do snakes.
I
I,
wouldn't
don't
be
see.
in
That's not
there.
even a pet.
No, I wouldn't be in there if there were snakes.
I don't think Gary would either.
No,
Yeah.
we have
I
a
don't even
staff
consider
member that
snakes
would
a
be.
pet. Mostly, majority of wolf hybrid. There's Isaac.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Thank you, Isaac. Yeah, we've had a few of those, and there's really nobody around here that should even have that. Kind of,
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
Yeah, we've had a few.
we've helped a few though.
Julie was going to foster this cat. No.
Go for it,
There's
Julie.
enough farmers around that there's no reason for you guys.
Julie,
to-
I'll find you
Hey
Smart
Julie, I got
groundhogs.
I got some possums in my backyard. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm feeding them.
That's so funny.
I took her groundhogs.
I was.
No, I mean, she said she was going to. Yeah, she was going to do it. That's so funny.
So, of course, she would.
So, fostering is big around here. I know there's a couple groups, other groups that do it too, and from what I understand, they're full too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Yeah.
but
everyone.
isn't this
Yeah.
the time of year that people are looking for Christmas gifts? And then
They
they turn
do.
around and give them back in January and February.
Pretty much,
I said,
yeah.
I hate saying
A lot
that.
of people are looking for a puppy or a kitten so they
Yeah.
can bring it into the house and it's all cute and oh my gosh, and as soon as it starts to grow out of its little cute phase, they ship them out the door.
See, that's why they let us write kids off
Reminder.
as taxes, or we do that with our kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're cute here,
Oh,
and
man,
then
I
when they get to
wouldn't pay
2,
a
you're like,
cent.
they're out.
Right. Yeah, that would be nice. Excuse me, government, but
Right.
to have pets as deductions,
Right.
then I mean I'd be making a killing.
Right.
But
I'm surprised they don't allow that, honestly, because
I can have pet insurance taken out of my payroll check at work. So
yeah.
maybe we're getting closer. I don't know.
But this is normally the busiest time of year for moving animals out.
Right. Well, yeah, that plus COVID, we had a lot of people that were at home, so they went to the shelters. They took a lot
Right.
of animals in, but as soon as they started going back to work, these animals just started showing up at the shelters, and that's when the shelters got packed again.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And another thing that's causing is spay neuter appointments. There's
Very hard
not
to
as
get in a lot of
many
places.
vets. There's a shortage of vets.
Did we
There's
lose a
shortage-
vet, a doctor, or animal doctor down here? Where's the closest animal doctor?
Well, we do have TLC still. We have
Okay.
Animal Hospital of Martinsville.
Well, somebody
Dr.
actually-
Johnson retired.
That's what it was.
but there's 2 doctors that do come to the Martinsville location that
Well,
are
seems to be
affiliated
an
with
issue,
Franklin.
though, because they're always like, there's no doctor.
Well, and then the
It's-
issue with us comes money.
Okay.
It's expensive to.
Well, sure.
I mean, we have we use Pets Alive a lot. They're I wish we had something like that here.
Yeah.
Right.
If
And
they're a
we-
low cost spay neuter, and then St. Francis Centerton was helping us out for a little bit. Hopefully they'll continue. I'm not sure, but still a little bit more of a cost than Pets Alive.
Right.
But we
And
can't
we
to
have-
go to any vet here in town for spay neuters. It's gonna.
It's
can't afford
outrageous.
that. Can't
I mean,
afford it.
some dogs
Really?
are costing like $400 plus
Yeah,
in
really?
order to
We
spay or
can't do
neuter.
that. And there's a
lot of
waiting
people around
list.
here can't afford it.
No.
So when we were over at the fall foliage customer appreciation night, we were talking to people and handing out
handing out
pamphlets
lots of
for
information.
Pets Alive and said, do you need to spay or neuter your animal? And a lot of people are like, yeah, I was meaning to do that. Well, here, take this pamphlet. It might be a little bit before you can get in, but at least get your name on the list to get in there and get it done, because it is a very low cost compared to what you'd be paying at your normal vet around here.
There are longer waiting times too. You can't just like get in within a week or something.
Right.
Also.
I know Animal Hospital, they're owned by Franklin Animal Hospital over there, and they rotate staff, so they're not open all the time. So they might not be there on Saturdays. Wednesdays, the days they do their surgeries, and that's about it. So it's harder to get into them a lot, just to even get a vet appointment.
Sure.
So with that, the staff has cut down. So with them, they rotate out a lot.
Julie says it's also the busiest time of the year to intake due to people not having correct conditions for their dogs with weather turning cold.
Yeah.
And then are donated dog houses and straw house wanted? I'm assuming that's.
I would
Is there
say
a community? Just is there a rescue group in this visit?
I don't
Okay.
think anybody
No.
visits.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, not like Indianapolis has Fido.
Okay.
Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside.
I
Be
know
nice,
Morgan County
but-
has gone with different groups, gone to Johnson County to build outdoor shelters for cats.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've gone to that quite a
So that
many
usually
times, but
happens like around this time of the year. They'll
Yeah.
get together and they'll go to Johnson County and put together
I think they
shelters
had
for
one
Johnson
a
County,
couple months
Morgan
ago,
County.
and there's not as many as it used to be, because they used to have Eli Lilly would donate those, and then Eli Lilly stopped having those
The
styrofoam.
coolers.
And
Now
so-
it seems there's a bunch of people that do put out places like that for feral cats,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is
And
good.
you can make your own. You can go get a Tupperware tub and put some lining, a styrofoam
Right.
lining, and then straw, and make your
Anything
own.
to get them out of the conditions
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when it
Right.
gets stupid.
Well, I
cold
even
out.
have
Right.
at my house. I have two. Somebody had dog houses they gave me, and I took plexiglass and put it on it and put a smaller opening, and they go in there and eat their food. And so
Oh.
at least now they have somewhere to eat and not get wet. And so yeah,
So you guys have a lot of needs, all the way around.
Right, and it's not all monetary. I mean,
No,
Sarah will
yeah.
go over a lot of that too. I think that part scares people. I don't. But it's not. There's so many different aspects to the shelter, and it's not. All. If you can't afford to donate money,
Take your time.
yeah. How does that go? Goes if you can't donate, foster. If you can't, or how does it go? There's an order it goes. I've
Yeah,
seen
I
that
can't
before.
remember. I have seen that.
If
too.
you can't, maybe it's can't adopt, foster. If you can't foster, donate. If can't donate, then volunteer. And if
Volunteer.
you can't volunteer, at least spread the word or something
There you
like
go.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a stray cat out. Waiting list.
Call the Humane Society and for carry buyers and see if it's something that can be worked out or not.
Move that a little closer to you.
I'm sorry.
Susan.
There we go.
Now, might repeat that again for her.
They could call the Humane Society. That's not something that we can make a decision of. It would have to be someone there, but they could call the Humane Society and ask and see how, because they're always really good at resources and stuff like that. So
Oh, I will bring that to you, Julie. No problem.
because we do have our two people that actually the president and the vice president of the board are also our TNR people. They're the only two. So if anybody ever wants to, learn about TNR, maybe start helping out. I'm sure it's a lot of work for those two people, and that's for the whole county. But there's a pretty good waiting list on that. It's not like it just fit. She's got to schedule that all out, and then they got to go do the trapping and get them there and bring them back and
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
that's
that.
what
So it's
basically
very time consuming,
TNR
but it's
stands
awesome.
for trap, neuter, return.
Yeah.
So they go out and they trap the cat, then they go get it fixed, and
I
then
thought
they
it was
return
tag and release, but I wasn't.
Well, it's not fishing, but
It was close.
yeah.
You guys have a booth at Trader Baker's?
We do.
Yeah.
Yes, we
She
do.
said-
And Julie is the one that's in charge of it.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That
I didn't either.
Julie, Julie needs to put the booth number on there.
yeah, because that
She
people
is
could
one.
come purchase stuff there.
And I've seen recently she's posted and I have seen it and it looks very nice.
Yes.
Very.
Wow.
Which brings me to the point,
Yeah.
if you have
There we
household
go.
items, they are
344.
write-off if you would like to donate them. We take some of the items that you would otherwise send to a yard sale and such and put them in our Trader Baker's booth. That's
Aisle
More
8, number
donations.
344.
there you go.
At
And
Trader
if you,
Baker's.
if you have something, you can bring it by the Humane. Pick it up.
That's awesome. I had no clue that you guys had a booth. Text me if you have stuff.
Oh, there we go. What's your number? Put it up there.
Julie should have been in
Julie,
studio.
I guess
I
so.
know.
No?
There we go.
There we go. Oh, there you go, Sarah.
Got it.
Julie, bring dinner by.
She always did it right. Julie should have been in studio. We're gonna, next time you guys are live in here, she's coming.
Yeah, we should do that. I would like to do it another time.
Well, we need to come there and go live again. We've done that a couple times in the past years, and it's been 3 or 4. COVID and other reasons have popped up, but Julie says she doesn't cook, so dinner's out.
Well, I'm there with her.
Right.
I understand
That's
that.
true.
Oh, and I say I can. I say I don't want to.
That's my thing. I cook
don't
for
want
one,
to.
and when I do, I don't want to.
Yeah, right there with you.
I have standards.
That's why microwaves were invented.
Yeah. What I have a question, and it's kind of off topic, but Saint Bernards, they're a handful, aren't they? I may know
Can
or
be.
be related to someone that has 2 that she got from a rescue,
Oh, really?
and oh my goodness, these things are massive.
Okay.
I mean, one of them's a 200-pound dog,
Oh my word.
and the other one's 175-pound. And I'm like, you're going to have to move them to somewhere else because she can't take care of them. But, you know, every
I think they
young
like colder weather.
every
more
young
often,
lady that, you know, that I know, when they see an animal, oh, they love them. And now it's, I don't want to let them go ever. But, you know, I'm like,
too.
you can't do that. I'm sorry. But that's, you know, I every time any animal come up, all I can think of was those 2 Saint Bernards. And I'm like, they're going to destroy your yard for first and foremost. You're going to have to get a big shovel because
Yeah.
You know that scene in Jurassic?
Oh yeah, that's. I don't think she quite understands that. And I said, when it does snow and it freezes solid, and then they go out and they make their deposits, you're going to have landmines all over your yard,
Right.
and very visible.
And she's got 2 of them.
Yes,
Holy
it's not
word.
just one.
Wow.
And the one, their
Oh my
brother and
gosh.
sister, and the female hates to be away from the brother. And so whenever she takes the brother outside, the female just goes nuts. Can't handle it. And of course, when she takes the female, the brother's just like, I'm gonna go back inside. You know, so it's really cute, and they're very loving animals. But I just like Logan. You got to do something there. So I think she's going to take him to a rescue or something that more adapt to what. But she got him from rescue, and so she's like, well, maybe I was just the transition from one to the other. Maybe I saved her life. I
Yeah.
said,
Oh, for
"Maybe
sure.
so."
Absolutely.
So, but they're big dogs, and
Yes.
I told her, I said that I can imagine the food you're going through. Then you guys are coming on. I'm like living that every day down there with you guys.
Yeah.
Supplies and needs and. Oh yeah, 100%. Tell that to a 21-year-old.
And that's why, you know, when people put applications in and they look over them, I think sometimes, I don't know if maybe people think we're being too picky, but they look at the app to decide, you know, maybe
Right.
what the best fit for your family to make it successful for you and the animal.
So you don't have to bring it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're aiming
yeah,
for
absolutely.
forever.
Right.
Yeah.
But what is the number one adopted pet? Or what do you? I guess you guys adopt them, right?
Yeah.
What is the number one adopted pet?
Like
Cats
our
or dogs
or
first?
dogs?
Is it cat or
Kittens.
Yeah, yeah.
dog? Kittens?
Yeah.
Really? More cat people than dog people?
Well, the kittens is,
There's an abundance of cats
There's
compared to
two- yeah.
dogs.
That's true.
and I don't know
Yeah.
if any, and I've
Right.
learned this from, and I never knew, but like a 4-month-old female
Yep.
can get pregnant at that young of age. And then
Kittens?
a
Yeah.
female
Yes.
cat can have 3 or 4 litters in just 1 year, and can get pregnant when she still has another litter.
That's why there's so many cats.
So
Mm.
spay
Oh,
neuter,
spay
yeah,
neuter.
and that's
Spay
why the
neuter.
TNR is so important. It's
And it's
so
not tag and
valuable.
release.
Yeah, no.
No.
And when they do that, and they bring them back to that area, because that's the area that the cat knows. They're fixed, they're vaccinated, and
Wow.
And we have barn homes too.
That seems to be a big thing lately.
We have, and the same two people that do TNR
Mhm.
also do that. The apps come in and they look at them because, you know, we're not just going to take our kitties just anywhere. And there's a certain setup that you have to do and acclimate them to it for a couple weeks to make sure stick around. And
Now, barn home, it is what it is. They're living out in the barn in the country.
Yeah, and they have to be cats that are experienced. We won't put kittens outside. That's not going to happen.
Right.
So, but if we have
These
cats
cats
that
know
come
what
in-
they're doing there.
Yeah, they
and
know
their
what they're
purpose.
doing. Yeah. And then the people you still need to feed. It's not like, oh yeah, you'll just go find what you need, you know.
Right.
So there's standards for it.
Sure.
So
Got another one right above. I don't
Yep.
want to get. I'll get to yours. That's alive in
Bloomington.
Bloomington.
Mhm.
I tell you,
Program you could get that.
free.
They do actually.
Do
They do have a program as well where they
Oh,
do.
good. Okay. They're
amazing.
wonderful.
Wow.
They're really good to us. If it wasn't for them, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know where
we'd be in a
we'd
world of hurt
yeah,
if Pets
yeah.
Alive didn't exist.
I didn't even know this, and he makes a valid point.
Yeah,
Holiday season,
Yes.
don't drink and drive, especially with your pet when you go to jail. Animal control
has to take it in, then we
shelter
take it,
overnight,
yeah.
and then.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or
if you leave, move and leave your pet behind and abandon them, or if you get arrested at your home, come and they take you, then animal control.
Right. Just don't dump them. That's
Yeah, I know.
that's the thing.
Right.
Well, don't neglect, don't abandon them, and don't abuse, and that's where we just would like to have a little more support with individuals who do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And also
'Cause-
individuals that post on different websites, hey, I have free cats, free dogs, things like that. We prefer that you don't post them for free.
Yeah.
If you
It's hard to
can get them
screen the
spay and
homes that
neutered,
way.
that would be awesome because that way they're taken care of. We know that they're not going to have litters that are going to end up in the Humane Society.
Yeah.
So we ask that they do that, or at least, ask for a rehoming fee so the people that gets these animals, we know,
'Cause
or
if you-
have an idea that if they're going to pay for them, they're going to
They're not.
be
They're
more
committed.
apt to take
Yeah.
care of them.
Right.
Right.
And if you
Instead of-
ask for a rehoming fee, it doesn't have to be, huge. It's just something small. The people that are bad that would do, they're not going to do that. They're not going
Right.
to pay
Mhm.
anything.
Right. Nothing at all.
No.
Yeah. There was a while back, 3 or 4 years ago, that it seemed to be there was a huge stray problem here in the community. I don't think it's as bad as it was. I think a lot of things have changed to make it better, but man, you couldn't. I don't drive down the road and see a dog run down the street as much as I used to, and that used to be the case. Cats are everywhere. I mean, it is what it
That's
is.
just
Cats are
roam.
gonna cat.
You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Well,
dogs are a little different, you
Yeah.
know.
And if cats are roaming, and they're, not fixed, be that somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't. We see a lot people get mad because the cats seem to be taking them.
Yeah.
Number two, I was like,
Or getting
so
on
are
their cars
possums and
and leaving
raccoons.
paw prints on their cars.
Yeah.
And that
I'm
drives
like,
them
oh my
crazy.
goodness.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was going to say.
They're not going to hurt
My
you.
cameras out here tell us all sorts of tales about raccoons and
Yeah.
possums and cats.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, it's really funny. We had a possum for a while. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe somebody's done claimed it, but I don't know if you guys got a pet possum turned into the Humane Society yet or not. So,
No, we don't have any of those.
I love them.
If we do, we'll call Julie Rayburn.
right. Might call Ike. He might come get it
Yeah.
too. So,
Well, didn't Isaac had to? It wasn't awesome. I think it was a raccoon. Went on a call one time, and the raccoon was stuck between fencing, a wood fence. I think that's what it was. Maybe he'll see that.
Yeah.
Isaac, I think, had to save a raccoon that was stuck between the two boards of the fence or something. Like, oh my goodness.
Like Isaac said, we need cats. They kill rodents. That's a definite.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is a definite.
especially this time of year when the mice are wanting to try to come inside. and
Harvest
everything.
season,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Mice are everywhere.
Behind Casey's, Isaac said.
I remember that. I just didn't know where it was.
That's funny. So you guys have any fundraisers or anything else coming up anytime soon? Is this the gal?
That leads us
This
to
is your
Sarah Hunter.
Sarah.
Segue.
That was professional.
All right. So I get paid the big bucks, right?
That's right.
Sarah Hunter, right?
Yes, sir.
Without an H.
No H. H's are ew.
See, when you said that, when I asked her before the
H's are
show what her
ew.
name was, and she said Sarah Hunter without an H, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
Sarah
Hunter.
Hunter.
Sarah Hunter.
UNTER. That doesn't look right. So
Hilarious.
anyway,
And I like how you said that. H's are ew.
They
From
are
Saturday
ew.
Night Live.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, H's are ew.
go ahead, Sarah.
So, hi, I'm Sarah. I'm brand new. I am the PR, outreach, and volunteer coordinator. So, I get to do all the money and the people stuff.
There you go.
I'm good at both. So
She's
it
gonna
works.
knock it out.
I started way back when with the Humane Society of Southern Arizona back in Tucson. So, I have a lot of background doing the same. I did just about everything there. So, I came on here. First of all, I love the staff. I've been actually from PetSmart before here, so I came on because I'm actually very proud of this Humane Society and the work that this staff does, and I wanted to be a big part of that, so happy to be here. Hoping to help do some big things with them. Biggest thing right now, as we talked about earlier, fundraising. Obviously, we're a nonprofit.
Right.
No money is coming anywhere from the government or anything, so we are relying 100% on donations. So everything, food, supplies for the animals, that's all dependent on the good of everybody's hearts. So, I'm working on rounding up volunteers, especially for the holidays. We can always use extra help no matter what. Volunteers are what keep us running. Need everything from dog walkers, just even people that come in and socialize some of the cats.
Now they used to let the corrections.
We still have that.
We still have
Do you?
them.
Good.
For the girls, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
We still got those gals.
And
as
then
well.
the guys every couple weeks, once a month, will come and do a lot of outside
That's good.
stuff for us.
That's good.
And I know Bloomington area especially, we got a lot of college students, so obviously volunteer hours count towards some like sororities, classes. I know even high school students can get
Yeah, there's a
extra
group
credit.
that we're kind of keeping track of. It's the Riley's Dance Marathon team.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They need a lot of hours.
got hours.
So I may give them your number, and you may be
Yes.
hearing from them.
Yes.
So yeah, they
And
have a
we've
lot
had-
of kids in their program.
Yes.
So, and they have they raise money all year, and they do a dance marathon late in the spring or early spring, and then all that money goes to Riley's.
I love yes.
And
I
so
love
they
those.
raise it's involved with Indiana University and the whole 9 yards, but they have to have a lot of community hours too.
Yes.
So I will forward your number, your guys' information.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Maybe you get a couple of it. Who knows? We'll see.
Even one's
Yeah,
better
I
than
was
none.
going to say
so.
any help's better than none. I'm sure.
Yes. We do have some fundraisers coming up. We have tentative dates right now,
And those are
but
kind of things they could help with because as far as
Yes.
like helping with animals, they have
Yes.
to be
Sure.
18 or
Yes.
Sure.
You can be 16, but you have to come with parents.
Yes.
You have to have an adult.
always need
So,
help for fundraisers as
Yeah.
well. If we do offsite events or fundraisers, extra hands are always a big help. As we said earlier, even people just spreading the word, talking about us and putting us out into
follow
the
us
community.
on Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram.
We are on all forms of
Yep.
social media right now except for TikTok. We're working on that, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna dance?
I'll dance. I'll do anything.
I'll do it.
To a dog costume.
Yeah.
I'll do something with
I'm
you
down.
here.
Yeah.
We'll put Lance in something.
Ooh,
I might have to
Sorry,
follow
Lance.
Julie.
Humane Society on TikTok all of a sudden. I do have a TikTok. I will have to track it down.
Oh yeah.
But one of the fundraisers Sarah is getting ready to do involves auction baskets. So it will have some great Christmas ideas. Talking.
That's fantastic. Now, will it be there or will it be?
We're going to do online for this one. So
Okay,
we will
good.
be doing online bidding, kind of a silent auction with this. So yeah, we're going to have the baskets. There's some businesses that are starting to donate goods that we're going to auction off as well. all the way from these baskets to I've got somebody that's possibly donating a portrait of your pet that she'll do.
Oh, that'd be cool. Very cool. And that'll be through the Facebook.
Yes, we're gonna post in the event section, try and get it posted on the website as well. So
Okay.
mchumanesoc.org.
there you go.
So
Or you just put it in County Humane Society. Now, cover
Yeah.
that.
that's
For
awesome.
adoptable animals too.
So that covers you through Christmas. What do you got going on early next year? Anything yet?
Oh,
Working
big
on?
things I'm keeping under wraps for right now. They're too awesome to
We'll
talk
come back
about. Put a pin
That's
in
fine.
it. We will
I have
have
no idea what she's talking about.
angel
You said
trees
that.
up in various locations as well. We're going to have wish lists from some of the dogs and cats in the shelter.
Right.
And the donation boxes are coming out around town in a lot of locations.
Good.
Spare change adds up. You see one of our little Humane Society doggies accepting your spare change at a register, pop it in.
Very, very good.
And
That's
there's also like Giving Tuesday right after Thanksgiving that's coming up. And for people that don't really realize, you can actually make end of the year donations, you know, especially for your taxes, because anything you donate to a nonprofit is a tax write off for you. So you can use that for donations. Not like to be morbid or anything, but another thing that you can think of is if you are an animal lover or you want to give a donation but you don't have the money right now, you can always put it in your wishes for when you pass that, you know, instead of flowers, give donations to the Morgan County Humane Society, or you can have it written in your will, which what I'm going to have to end up doing is saying that I want X number of dollars going to the Humane Society out of my estate.
really.
Yeah, I've already done that.
So people
Yep.
can do that.
I've done
Here,
that.
I thought you were going to put something down for porch time. I'm kind of
That
Well,
too.
I haven't done it yet, Kat. Come on.
I'll go change mine.
What was it?
Porch
There was
time, mobile van. So we can do
right
it
there you
ourselves.
go. There was a gal in Arizona, older lady that died and had a fortune, and family had all passed, but she don't. And you may remember this was probably 15, 20 years ago. She gave a boatload
Yeah.
of money.
I believe it was the gal. She
Did-
owned the Arabian farm.
Did she win the lottery first off? And then
Something. I know exactly what you're talking.
79
Yeah.
million rings a
And
bell.
some of that actually came to the shelter I was
Yeah.
a part of.
I
So
don't
yeah, I
doubt it.
remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, she gave it all to the Arizona Humane Society or
Yeah.
something like that. I was like, wow.
And donations like that, they give these shelters the possibility to grow
gives you
so
the-
immensely.
Like with us, if something like that, the
Yeah.
chance to not be where we are and get something
Right.
else.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but
And,
location wise, thank you, Crystal. Location wise, is
500.
that's
That's stars.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Okay, I
Porch
see
time.
that star.
500 stars. Thank you, Crystal. You guys, that's always been a weird location.
Yeah. It's better for my, we weren't here long. It's better than obviously what they had before.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I don't
Humane
remember what
Society-
they had before.
The Humane Society actually started out of a truck or a van. Some people went around and, helped animals out of their truck or van. Then it came down to where our location is now. Used to be Hoosier Harvest Church was their location.
Well, wait a minute. You're still over there across from Spring Lake.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hoosier Harvest.
Hoosier Harvest is on 252 and Leonard Road now. But
Right.
Hoosier Harvest was over there across from Spring Lake and across the street from Bender's.
I don't know.
That used to be Hoosier Harvest Church when they
When?
first started up.
When?
Oh gosh.
Because remember, I'm the old one in the room right now. And,
remember that.
and I don't
I'm the
recall.
only, but I'm not from around here, so I wouldn't.
I
know
don't
that.
recall that.
Yeah, it was years ago. Oh,
Here's-
gosh. I'm
here-
thinking in
here, I'll do this.
the early 80s.
Oh
Early
no!
80s?
See, Burger King or Hardee's used to be Burger Chef. That's
Right.
me.
Right.
And there was no Hoosier Harvest across the street. That was Humane Society by Craig and Oil.
okay, then
It was a church.
I'd
That's
have,
why-
Maybe it was,
I'd have
but
to
I
look at the
just heard-
pages,
it's
but
just
it
not-
was
I'm
it
like,
was Hoosier
Hoosier
Harvest
Harvest.
Church.
Now I do know
Because
this.
the Humane Society was actually going to get the property that is like basically in my backyard.
That where Hoosier Harvest is.
Where
but they
Hoosier
lost
Harvest is
that.
Well,
now.
help Hoosier Harvest out and tell them to go.
Oh, that
back
would have
to
been
the
a sweet
Well,
location.
It would have been a nice
been
location. Unfortunately, it's right there next to
Down
252 and Leonard
252.
Road with a lot of
on your way to Cedar Creek.
A lot,
a lot of
traffic
vehicles, a
down.
lot of traffic, and if people drop their animals, it's we have enough deer that get hit right there, let
Right.
alone. And then of course I'd have umpteen cats and everything in my backyard since I live right there. So they did a swap and
Ambulance
said
company.
if the church got the property there off of 252, they would go ahead and give the Humane Society the property here in town.
I think they
So-
still had to buy this though.
I think there was money involved, but I
Yeah.
don't know exactly, so I really don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
But it was
It's just challenging. It's not set up for
Well, the way
shelter.
this city's
It's
growing
just-
now with the interstate, I think there's going to be opportunities for you guys to move to
We hope so.
a more.
it would be great. We're gonna need money though.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
we are
growth's
going to be
like a
looking.
building.
That money's
campaign.
100%
such
takes
a
them
hang
It's
on.
like in the
Yeah.
way all the time.
Yeah.
We are going to be looking at grants
playing the lottery
to help
now.
us out.
Right?
Yeah.
1.9 billion for tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna buy
I
another
gotta go
one
get
ticket. All it
tickets.
takes
That's
one
how it
Sorry,
ticket.
I'm not giving all that to the Humane Society. I have family. So.
Oh, a couple million. Will
You'd
work,
notice
but-
though, there'd be changes all over around here.
Well,
So.
you know, if you gave us like a couple million, they'd be the Kevin Court.
Ah, yeah, it'd be a write-off. It'd be a write-off.
Yeah,
that
Exactly.
exactly.
So, yeah, I honestly, the location, I'm like, man, if they could move or expand. But McDaniels, don't they own the land behind you? Not McDaniels. Yes, McDaniels. They own the farm, right? You guys are butted up against corn, right?
Yep.
We are.
Yeah, that'd be
Mhm.
McDaniels.
Yep.
All the way to the river. Isn't there, is the levee situation, is that in front of you? Was that going to be?
I know aren't we on a flood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be taken care of in front of you, because I don't know if people realize it's been mentioned, but they have to do something because 39 is not our natural levee because it's driven on me and it's no longer grandfathered in. So the city has to do something, and so there's probably going to be walls built up, kind of like they do have right there at where Brothers used to be with the cement walls. Stuff like that's going to have to go along the front there. So, this mayor's.
Oh, it was an ambulance company.
See, I don't remember that. He said it, but you guys don't have a
This
date
mayor
on when
should
you
be on
guys
lights.
when you guys open the doors back there.
Some reason
Sure.
I'm thinking like 1970 something is.
It could have been the
what-
late 70s.
I think that's what it was.
I was little, so I don't know.
Just
A
from,
good
'cause
person that
someone
I could always
asked.
ask is the Pages. Of course, they were the ones that opened up Hoosier Harvest.
Yeah, there you go.
So Gary and Chris could probably give me a better time frame
There you
of
go.
when it was. But I just know it was because people were going to court and everything saying that they didn't want the Humane Society to be right there on 252 and Leonard Road. So a lot of people from Painted Hills in that area said no.
Some of the board members were pretty deflated about. It.
Yeah.
Didn't come to fruition.
There's people out of Painted Hills that don't even like Cedar Creek being there, and I don't.
Oh, I
understand.
love that.
I
Oh,
don't
trust me, I
understand
know.
that.
Every time we have a concert, we start getting phone
I
calls
don't
at
understand
noon.
that.
You get a free concert every couple.
I know. I sit in my
Come
yard
have some
sometimes when
wine
I'm not
and
working.
enjoy.
Yeah. Just sit out in your yard and drink some wine, and there you go, free concert.
FOP is still around, but way too small. Heidi's asking, is it still an option link your Kroger
Yes,
rewards
yes,
card charity?
Yes.
Kroger, you can choose Morgan County Humane Society.
That's pretty cool.
And I don't know if every year you have to redo that or
You
something.
don't.
You don't. Okay.
No. I just think when they have a system update, then you might have to redo it. But I think
Yeah.
I've only had to redo it one time, and I've had it on there for ages.
Very cool. Well, I can tell you this. Hopefully,
1998. It was started in the 70s, but it says here in 1998, a large donation was given to Humane Society, allowed us to buy an old church on the outskirts of Martinsville. So 1990.
So, but your building over there has always sat, been there for a very long time, 70s. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
So that's where the Hoosier Harvest thing came from. All right. Well, we'll definitely next spring we'll have to do something because that's what I think when we did our last two, help you guys gather stuff up. But we got a lot of work between now and then, and I guess I'll have to address that young lady there if I go through the PR. Sarah without it. Sarah Hunter. Sarah Hunter. So we'll have to do something, work out some details.
Oh yeah.
What
Be
we
awesome.
did last time is we went there and went live and had people drop stuff off, and I think we flooded it twice. Well,
It's
first time
flooded
was
4 times.
first time was amazing. Second time was a little less, but different times of year and things like that. Maybe.
I'm not from this area, but I've been working out here for almost a year now, and I've really gotten fond of this area and got a lot of faith in the community. So hoping we can all do some awesome stuff for this shelter.
Yeah. We'll work together. That ought to be accomplished.
Oh yeah.
Especially the thing that's really hurt us this year, not, looking at the prices of everything going up and then the COVID stuff. But we've had 3 seizures this year of a lot of animals. And that money that we have to sit there and give all of these animals vaccinations, if they need medical care, we have to get them medical care. All of that we don't recoup anything out of those seizures. All of that is shelter money and stuff that we have to use for these animals.
So let's walk me through this. I'm going to play really dumb here. If there's a seizure, let's say there's a farm they hit because there's bad stuff going on, and they take the animals anywhere in county, they're going to come to you. And that's what people have to understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's anywhere in county, and they're going to bring them to you.
Right.
And it could be 100 dogs and 100 cats or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. And the care that we have to give them is on our dime, to feed them, to medicate them if they need medical. We've had a kind soul that got in over their head, had a bunch of cats. We took in their cats. Almost all of them needed some kind of a medical treatment.
Needs, yeah.
And some of them, we're into the $1,000 worth of medical care.
Yeah.
And we have to foot that. It doesn't come anywhere else. No one gives us money out of a grant for that. Nobody from the government gives us money. It comes from the money that is in the shelter. That's why we're in such a hurt right now.
Occasionally, if you see us on our Facebook page, help medical, blah blah. That's
the reason why.
Yeah. There's a animal that really needs to have something that could do $3,000.
Ooh,
yeah,
salty.
And I do want to dispel a myth about the Humane Society that I see a lot posted on Facebook. Don't take your animal to Humane Society because they'll just put it down. Well, that's not true. We are not in it to euthanize animals. Now, there are cases that we do have to do euthanizations. If the animal is very sick and there's nothing else that we can do, no amount of medication or surgeries or anything is going to help this animal, we'll have them checked out by a doctor, and then the doctor can say, no chance. Then we have to euthanize. Or if the dog, if he's overly aggressive, has been biting, occasionally we'll have to put them down because there might not be a comeback from that. That dog might not ever change and get to the point where it's not going to keep biting.
Right.
We just don't go out and go, okay, we're just going to go ahead and euthanize.
The last thing anybody on the staff wants to do.
Yeah.
Right.
That's hard.
And we're not euthanizing for space.
Never.
So, that's why we have fosters. That's why we try to reach out fosters.
Seizure of 62 dogs we have, since the beginning of January, we haven't had our free roam cat room. Wow. We had to put kennels and kennels and kennels.
And Sarah and I's office is.
We got dogs all the time.
Yeah. That's fun.
So everyone's pulling together.
Yeah.
Have the best interest. Does come down to quality, which is really hard. It's not an easy task or decision. People need to understand that.
It's rough on our couple staff that has, occasionally has that.
Yeah,
that's not.
Right.
That's
No
hard.
fun.
No.
I see no one county does. I'm gonna stay away from that because we don't know for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
don't
not
know.
fair to do that.
It's hard for everywhere anymore. It's hard for everybody.
Sometimes all the way across the board right now, really.
Right.
So.
Yep,
Good point to bring up.
There's Lance, he's our on the board.
No, one of them on the 93. That's awesome.
Yeah, 62
Thanks,
dogs,
Lance.
ducks, geese.
3 cats.
There was just a few cats. Like I
And
said,
imagine
I think
if
we
you
only
guys
have to
getting
work.
1 or 2 of those each year.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard. Very hard because we have to care for them up to a point, because with the seizures, if there's a court case that goes with it, we have to hold
Right.
on to them until that court
Yeah.
case is settled.
Wow.
And then that's where we said, without getting into too much, we really would appreciate more backing as far as that goes, because these kind of people are just going to keep doing what they're doing
Oh,
until
sure.
there's more done
100%.
about it.
And if I
So-
can add to all that too, like shout out to the shelter employees. It takes
That's what I was
a
just gonna
lot of
say.
strength
Yeah.
emotionally to watch these animals start to finish go through this. I mean, even saying bye when they're better and on their way out is just, it takes a special kind of heart to do
Yeah.
work like that. So shout out to the shelter employees all over, and
Exactly.
don't
Yeah.
forget them during
They,
the holidays
they don't
too.
get paid
They
enough. I
appreciate
wish
it.
we could pay 'em a lot more.
Also.
Well,
Quail. Yeah, I guess so, if he says so.
Wow.
How many?
So
I'm gonna
Isaac,
ask
what
a
all have we
question.
had? He would know.
Yeah.
Oh, what all kind of animals
Between him
have
and
we had
Lance.
there? Yeah, they should know.
How many staff do we have at the shelter? Understand, because it's really not a lot.
No, it's not, and that's where you talk about compassion fatigue.
Right.
And it is. And then quality of care for the animals when we have too many like that, not enough. That's
And
challenging.
everyone is always giving 110%.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
important.
That's why we're kind of hoping that, I think we do have a lot of apps for volunteers, so
Yeah.
we're hoping that maybe we'll be able to get more volunteers in to help free up our staff to spend a lot more time with.
I'll try to help you out in that
Oh,
department
thank you.
with that,
Thank you.
as far as
Awesome.
reaching out to groups.
Because we need all kinds of
Awesome.
things like helping with laundry, doing dishes,
Right.
maybe even helping clean out in kennels,
There you
or
go.
help clean up the
walking
yards.
dogs.
Yeah.
Pooper scoopers. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's not.
Quails,
Yeah, we
pigs,
need-
possums, recovered horses, ponies, cows, pig. Wow.
Okay, there we go.
So yeah, if your kid's being bad and he thinks he's getting a lump of coal this for Christmas, you can send him and say, "Hey, I know what you can do. You
There
can
you
go to
go.
the Humane Society, and I can talk to Santa, maybe pull some strings, but you got to help clean out the kennels."
Yeah, we got
Okay,
some
by the way, I got you this
beautiful
pooper scooper.
Right.
Brand new one.
So I'll kind of recap off the top. You're going to do some fundraisers.
Yes.
You've got the. You can do the Kroger card.
Mhm.
You can do the Amazon
Smile.
Smile or our wish list.
or your wish
We
list.
got the
You're
wish
going to have
list.
boxes out. You're going to have the little drop offs as normal.
And donation
Donation things.
that registers.
Angel trees. We're gonna have those.
You're going to have baskets.
Yep.
Coming up, and
We might have another wine or critters for canvas
I
with
see-
Nancy
yeah.
Maxwell. We can only have 12 in our studio, but we might have another one again.
That's awesome.
So you can just look for that on.
Oh, and
Staff,
then Sarah and I
Facebook
are
page.
gonna be at the library on August
that's right, yeah.
17th. What's the time? Do you recall?
5 p.m. to 7:30. We're doing meet and greet, foster and volunteer orientation. So
Please, if you have any
Yes.
questions, come in.
Yeah, we got-
Even if it's just to get some more information, get to meet us, ask any questions you might have, and possibly see if we can helping out at the shelter in some way.
That would. Know what day is that?
November 17th. 5
So that's the weekend before Thanksgiving, or week before Thanksgiving. You'll be guys at the library.
we're gonna do some off-site adoptions too with some dogs and cats at some of the local pet smarts in the area. Well, we've got Martinsville always has got cats, so you guys
Right.
can always check out our cats there. We're gonna take some dogs off-site soon, so we'll be at Greenwood, Plainfield, Franklin, hopefully Bloomington at some point too. But Bloomington also has some of our cats at the moment.
So I know you need money, but what are some other items, just so the folks at home, just off the top of our heads?
Can you think of like the top wish list that you've got for foster right now?
I did a really good fundraiser a little bit back, so I don't want to take from others. that
I
need
know
it.
that-
my fosters
yeah.
we're honestly pretty good right
Oh,
now.
good.
But as a whole, as your whole,
Yeah,
as
I
the
don't know
building,
about
Usually,
that.
I believe
think
the
it's dry
dog-
dog and cat food.
right?
Yeah.
good quality.
Good quality.
Yeah, good quality.
Good quality.
I
Of
know you
that.
always take blankets,
Yes.
newspapers.
Blankets.
How are we
cleaning
on the
supplies.
cat litter?
Cat
Yeah, I'm
Beds.
not familiar with
Um,
that.
Dog, milk bones,
Yeah.
There you
peanut
go.
butter. I just had at my 2 elementaries, we had Red Ribbon
so much
Week.
peanut butter. It was awesome.
Red Ribbon Week, which is say no to drugs. And for the last 3 or 4 years, I've convinced my schools to, one of the themes in there is we keep our paws off drugs and the kids can bring in donations if they want. So we had a
Oh,
lot of
that's
milk
cool.
bones and peanut butter come in. So
That's cool.
that's fun.
So the basic logical things are needed. off the top of your head,
Right.
and they're always going to be needed because those are daily use.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Out
people are
Trails
baking,
End and-
yeah, this time of year too. I always say that. So pumpkin's good.
Mhm.
Like there are different treats the dogs can enjoy other than the normal like milk bones. You've got the peanut butter, the pumpkin. If they're baking something at home, they can make it dog friendly.
Yeah, and ask for me when you drop off. I want to thank you
Yeah.
personally.
There you go.
And Sarah came to both my schools to pick up all the donations. So that's nice.
I actually
got to
shout
see the
out to
Halloween
Trails Inn
parade.
and
Yep. Paul's
and
Wings and
Paul's
other
Wings
things.
and things.
Yeah,
Big
they
asset
are.
that you guys for
Oh,
wildlife.
yes.
So,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They've
Yeah.
come in really big for us when we've had wildlife.
yeah.
Yeah, Katja Craft with Paul's Wings
When
and
people
other
would
things. and
call
then
in and say,
Julie.
"Hey, I have this orphan raccoon," and they call us, and it's like, "Tell Julie Brave we're dying. She can handle that."
I had Julie actually come to Poston one day because there was a bat outside of our. I think
We don't do bats.
they'd
anyhow.
had they'd had
No.
a fire drill the day before, and it must have been close. I don't know, and it scared it out of its. And so she came and.
I call Trapper Tim for my bat situation now.
Oh,
so
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do. It. I was like, hey, no, not good.
I'm gonna stay away from that.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was on air for 2 hours one night with a bat chased me around this house.
Oh
Live.
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With about 100 people.
No. No.
No, it's gone. It's gone. But, yeah. This was about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Good.
Been there, done that. I
Yeah,
had an issue
don't
in
like
my house
bats.
one time, and that freaked me out.
Especially when they wake you up in the middle of the night.
Oh, word.
No thanks.
That's how both of
My
them
cats would be like having a heyday chasing them around.
Right. Yeah.
Well, nothing freaks you out more than if your
Enrichment.
cat is looking up at your vent or
Yeah,
something.
I
I'm
know.
like, well, what are you looking at?
Right.
What now?
Yeah, what's coming through the vent?
Yeah.
And why is the cat running now?
Oh, I gotta say a quick shout out. Hi, Kenny Duncan. I see you're on there.
Is Kenny on?
Kenny Duncan is watching.
I'm surprised he hadn't said something to me yet. He's
Beer- oh,
fine.
we had
If
a
I didn't
bearded
say
dragon
hi,
too.
he'd
He's
yell at me
got,
tomorrow.
Yeah, Ike was naming off all sorts of critters.
and then
over
we
there.
did like the ferret. It was pretty old. We got it. They got it to a rescue. We have one of our staff members is just amazing at finding rescues
Mhm.
for certain.
Very cool. I know you guys are always busy. We'll help when we can, especially after we roll around the new year. Normally we do our golf outing, but there's time in between A and B when we may be able to help out and come over and at least go live and certainly push. Now, I learned some things I didn't know tonight, so
Great.
we'll
Awesome.
awesome.
Yay, we did our
Yay.
job.
we can
Go team.
yeah, there you go. Spread the word's the biggest thing. This
Yeah.
this community is great for helping, and the biggest thing is getting the information out from A to B
Mhm.
to the people.
Well, when we've had staff put stuff on our Facebook page, we get a pretty good response. Like we
Right.
say donations
Well,
and stuff.
and I'm not being mean to any other form of media, but when the newspaper is non-existent pretty much
Yeah.
anymore.
Right.
CBK, there's only the demographics is a very select few that listen to that, and if you're not on Insta, TikTok, or Facebook, it's not going to get out there.
Exactly.
And those individuals are not listening to the other sources of media. And I'm not being mean. We know this is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
And so people have to understand that. But then you can put it on Facebook. If that person or group of people don't look at it with, a certain time limit, then it's out of their mind and gone.
Right.
You have to keep
Yeah.
reiterating it
Right.
time and time again. It's sort of like running the ad 5 days in the newspaper to make sure everybody sees it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And at least with Facebook, you can share that post. And
right, and it does work that way. The biggest thing, one thing we noticed, they squashed a lot of. We were getting big numbers for a while, like big numbers, and then they've kind of tightened the reins on things, and where it's just like this. I'll show you this right, and you guys might see some of this. Say I'm scrolling down my Facebook page and I see the video.
Mhm.
I don't have to click on it. I can listen to it through the little speaker button
Oh,
and not
right.
ever have to click on it.
Hmm.
So you guys don't get the view. So you look at it and you're like, only got 100 people view our show. I know that's not wrong because I've had 100 people interact with me,
Mhm.
So that's one thing. I wish they would go back to, I hate to say forcing you to click on it to interact and to listen. Because once they started doing it like that, people,
You
they don't
know.
want to click on it. They don't want to mess with it. They just hit the button and listen for a little bit, and then they go about their business.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I don't like. But it is what it is.
Hi, Carrie Byers, our president, is
Thank
on
you,
there right
Jim.
now.
Is she on there?
Carrie's on here right now.
Yay,
He's on
Carrie!
here, and Mike Minty's on here, and Shannon Lucas
Carrie is our
on.
president. Lance is our vice president, and then Vicki and I are board members, and we also have Tony Ayers that's recently on.
You got the big dogs on here tonight.
And we
don't
might
you?
have one more. Well, I keep saying I'm Foster, Foster,
There's Carrie.
and I'll do anything everybody
Hi,
tells
Carrie.
me to do. Her and Lance are our trap neuter people.
GNR.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Not. What did you say?
Tag and release.
Tag and
Tag and
release.
release.
Carrie's going to yell at us. Tell him to quit saying that.
You're gonna have to get used to me. Trust me.
Yeah.
If that's the
Tag and
worst-
release
I was
with
gonna say, if
Hamilton
they-
Social Security.
If that's
Right.
the worst I say, you're in good shape. Is the shelter open where people can walk through and see what animals are available for adoption?
We don't let people walk back in the kennel. It doesn't show the dogs well because it's noisy, loud, and we're not set up like a lot of your newer or better shelters where you could have public walk down one side, but worker staff still back behind cleaning from
Right.
the other side. So it would just be, and then you have to trust that people aren't going to put their hands in the
It tends
kennels,
to
or
stress the dogs
something.
out,
And
too.
but if you show up, we'll help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you come in with
our-
an interest in a
yeah,
dog or something,
and bring
then,
them out where they'll 99.9% of the
They're
dogs
all
are
on
so much better out of there.
petfinder.com as
out.
well.
Yeah.
So you can always start there,
And we have
see
our-
if you fall
our-
for someone there.
Application is online. It's a Google, simple to fill out and submit. No more of that paper and whatever.
We are a pet loving community. About once every 4 or 5 months, I'll do a night, and it'll be late. Normally, I'll be like, "Let's see those pet pics,"
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
and
Yeah.
it'll be
Oh yeah, it blows up.
astronomical.
Yeah.
For days.
Yeah.
And I'll try to scroll through, and I mean,
Yeah.
400, 500, 600,
Fur
700.
babies.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
fur babies.
And it's insane. And
Yeah.
people are always like, "When are you gonna do the dog?" Oh, I just did one. Do it
Yeah.
again.
When are you gonna do it again?
We might be doing something like that here too.
People love seeing that
you
stuff.
know.
They love to brag about their.
Yeah.
And that's.
And it's
fun.
nice, like when our
Let's just
Facebook
start a
page
Pet of the Week
says
post.
something like that, and then you see people that put on there and said, "I adopted so and so from you."
Oh, I
years
love
ago,"
those
and that's so
stories
nice to
after
see.
adoption. Send us pictures. We love that.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I wish you nothing but the
Thank you
best
so
between
much.
now and the end of the
Thank
year.
you.
Hopefully,
Likewise.
Christmas and the holidays will be good for the Humane Society and the animals.
Yeah. Remember us on Giving Tuesday and those
Yep.
donations for the end of the year.
Yep.
I know I at least put out $200 to different shelters and stuff that I've gotten pets from just to help them out. you
Sure.
know, throw-
Santa never misses us.
Santa,
We got nothing but good dogs and kitties.
Well, one reason.
Yeah, look for animals in Santa hats and stuff, maybe.
Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna.
Think
I'm
it's
gonna
you guys
bring-
are gonna-
12 days, 12 dogs with Christmas.
Ooh.
Oh,
look at
the first day of
I'm gonna bring this full
Oh.
circle for you because Santa comes in from the east. I don't know if you guys know that, but there's individuals that live out that way near a brewery that he hits first and then goes to the Humane Society. So you can really make Santa do some good this year. Here, Santa, come on now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So.
We've done a fence at Cedar Creek for the
Yeah, did-
shelter.
Oh,
so-
yeah.
We had participated in one last year, a gumbo cook-off. They let us
Oh, yeah.
come, and we were there, and we got donations and
That
stuff.
sounds fun.
And then
It was fun.
you would, I don't know the staff that works there, but the fellow came up partway through the night and says, "How much cash do you guys have so far?"
Oh.
And
That was Brandon.
and we had, let's say maybe we had 200, and he matched that for us.
Oh,
So
wow.
And then
nice.
we turned around and
Yeah.
the company he works for matched his donation.
Yeah,
That's
that was-
awesome.
that was-
So that's another thing that you could always do if your company
Yeah.
that you work for actually does like a matching contribution and you say, "Hey, I've just donated $200 to the Humane Society,
Thank
can
you,
you guys
Mike."
match that?" Then I mean there are companies out
Right
there that'll
on.
do such things.
Right.
Yeah, that's
well,
that's-
Carrie, what did you expect?
Right. They
Right.
got a great group.
She's gonna kick me.
They did an outstanding job, and nobody was really nervous. So
No,
No.
I used to.
It's all the
Yeah.
bourbon we drink
I
before
used
we
to-
came in.
That's
Kidding.
not true.
Kidding.
That is not true.
just make sure you throw that empty in my bag out there in the trash. So I don't want to sit in my parking lot. So Well, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kevin. We
Yeah.
really
We'll
appreciate
chat
you.
again. I'll have you guys back
Sweet.
in here January,
Great.
February, something like that.
Okay.
And you can bring some of these ones that are too camera shy to come in.
Yeah,
but they
we're gonna
wanna-
drag those
you know,
Carrie
the
and
bosses
Lindsay.
will
Yeah, the
dictate.
top ones, you know.
Julie out there talking about taking care of calves and stuff. So
Maybe she'll ride in on a
I've
cab. That
known,
would be cool.
I've known Julie a long time. So.
Jeez.
So folks, help this great organization out. Could you imagine? And I know you guys have seen me and others tracking down animals across the. Lance says no.
Oh,
The
yeah.
community off and on for years, and you've seen me gripe about it, about animals being loose and all around. Now, could you imagine our community without some of the people like these fine folks not being around and not being in where they're at? So help them, support them, do what we can to make it easier for them, especially this year, and maybe turn the corner in 2023 and get things moving in the right direction for them. So
Let's end the year
That'd be
on an
awesome.
awesome note.
there you go. Love you guys. Thanks for
you.
tuning in. I don't know if we got Monday Music Hour or not tomorrow night. I'll have to find that out. I meant to ask that. I know I'll see you some night this week. So you guys take care. Love you. We will see you soon.